Hello again, and welcome back to another one. And today we have a couple of topics to cover, as the first post-album sales projection for Kendrick Lamar's new album hit social media that sparked some interesting reactions so far, which we'll get to in a bit. We also have more from DJ Jazzy Jeff, who recently spoke about a conversation between Eminem and Will Smith that happened before Eminem's major label debut that stuck with Eminem ever since, and more, including reactions which we'll get to in a bit. So Kendrick's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers was projected to move 350 to 400,000 first week in the United States, weeks before the album dropped, and back then this sparked huge debates among hip-hop fans on Twitter, as the conversation was split between those who were wondering how projections get calculated weeks before an album drops, and those who believed Hit's Daily Double was lowballing it, as many predicted between 600,000 to a million. Check this out that went viral. Kendrick Lamar can definitely sell 1 million copies and possibly more first week with his upcoming album, but a few hours ago, a new report on Twitter surprisingly looks to be in line with the projections weeks before the album dropped. It goes, Kendrick Lamar's Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers aiming for #1 debut on US album chart with 325 to 350,000 units first week, 400 million streams. It will be 2022's biggest sales week, and I believe this is due to the fact that there's no physical copies available right now, so these numbers won't include the 2x multiplier since it's a double album where one sale counts as 2 copies sold. And the reactions to the new report are all over the place right now, fan bases clashing too. For instance, a user expands, 5 years of hype and selling 350,000? Don't ever say he's as big as Drake ever again. So yeah, Drake versus Kendrick is on, to which a user responds, 350,000 is great especially with no lead single and little to no marketing. Also, it's just projected sales, it could be more, it could be less. If they find a way to drop physicals before the end of the week, it would certainly get a huge bump, but the debates continued. Drake had no lead singles and less anticipation. Seems like Drake fans been waiting. Y'all swore that he could compete with Drake. It's not even close at all. To which another expanded, 1, 2, 3, and the excuses will start that sales doesn't matter cause their faves can't pull the sales like Drake. The boy is clear. And boy, the users that set up tweets about 1 million or more first week are getting dragged in multiple tweets right now. Check this out. Remember when Miss Know-It-All said this and blocked everyone that challenged her? Yeah, but to be fair, most predictions I saw were between 600 to 700,000. For instance, on the popular threads like this one, after the Hot Part 5 dropped, a user broke it down. Feel like Kendrick's commercial power is severely underestimated. Consider Damn selling 603,000 and Drake's double album Scorpion selling 732,000 with hits on hits on hits. But Damn was a conscious album, Kendrick touching 650,000 flawlessly, new rules or not. But remember, these are not final numbers, and like some have suggested, it could go up or down, and I believe physical copies would change things up if it drops this week. But what do you guys think of the current projections of 325 to 350,000? Moving on to the next point at hand, DJ Jazzy Jeff recently sat with Uproxx and Eminem was brought up. He was asked about why their collaboration wasn't ever officially released. Check it out.
How is it like working with Eminem, and why didn't your song When to Stand Up not come out?
Once again, you get typecast. Me and Will, once you have a level of success, everybody kind of looks at you as this one.
And he had more to share about a conversation between Eminem and Will Smith that was pretty much prophetic, that stuck with Eminem since then.
And it was funny because one of the first records I did was Eminem, because I had his very first bootleg single.
Slim Shady,
and I was like, he's dope.
Yeah.
And I reached out to him. He came to Philly to do a show, came to the studio, made the beat. He wrote it, we recorded it. It was funny because Will actually was in town that day and came through the studio. And I played the record for Will, and Will looked at Eminem and said, you're gonna be the biggest flop in the world, or you're gonna be the biggest thing that hip hop has ever seen. And he walked out, and M never forgot that.
And over on Reddit, this has sparked some interesting reactions. Reminder that at the time, Will Smith just dropped Big Willie Style, his 6th album, which would later go on to be 9x platinum. What Will said was absolutely right from the eyes of an already established rap artist at the time, sort of an incredible moment Will and M actually have met. And for those who don't know, the track is up on this platform, and over on Twitter, some have expanded. Biggest thing the world has ever seen? Uh-oh. And he was spot on with this one. The biggest thing hip-hop has ever seen. In the United States, he's got over 2 times the album sold over the next rapper alive. And data from Chartmasters show Eminem is closing in on 200 million equivalent albums sold globally. For solo acts all time in the world, it goes Michael Jackson, Elvis Presley, Madonna, Elton John, and then Eminem. But over to you guys, share your thoughts below. Thanks for watching, like and subscribe if you enjoy content like this, and see you on the next one.